Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of Words, Images, and Worlds. Here, surrounded by art on the walls and wonderful figures, as well as the lovely creature from the Black Lagoon. Sort of throw, is that a throw pillow back there?
Yeah.
Is comics creator Evan Quiring. Evan, thank you for jumping in,
Hey, how's
joining,
it going,
and
Jason?
this
How you
is our
doing?
second talk.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. Glad to have you anytime. And we are talking about the continuing stories of Lucha Mysteries as well as Murder City Devil on this episode. Is this true? Ah, look at that. Look at that. There they are.
Yeah,
Lovely, lovely books that you have there.
yeah. Printed by Studio Comics Press in Kitchener, Ontario.
Very
But I'm
nice.
in Winnipeg, Manitoba, but I digress. But
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So when last we talked, which was sometime in the past year, we
mm,
sort of did an intro to your work, and
mm.
my understanding is the creative process has continued. So what is new in the world of your creating?
Well, I've been continuing on with Murder City Devil. So I got issues one, issues two. Sorry about
Hmm.
the glare there, folks, and issue three, and
Hmm.
just dropped issue four there finally.
Very
Um,
nice.
So yeah, just been continuing because it's a 10 issue series. So I'm working on issue five right now. Also, we could post some graphics later on in post, and then
Absolutely.
do that. So yeah, I'm just continuing on with that. Did Murder City Devil 4, which was featuring the villain. This is the can't really maybe see it too well there. Is the I don't know if you ever heard of the Mad Gasser Mattoon. That was
Uh-huh.
like a legendary like mysterious character, I believe, in the 40s, or like a real person, like it was a someone that went around unfortunately killing people. So I took, since my character is based on the character Spring-Heeled Jack
Uh-huh.
from the 1880s, from England. I thought, well, this time he's going to be fighting the descendant of the Mad Gasser. So this time I call her Scarlet Fog, because I don't
Nice.
think Mad Gasser really sells. But I do mention the blurb on there in case anyone's kind of like, oh, what's this? So um, let's see if I got a good shot on her.
That's a great repositioning of Mad Gasser, the Scarlet Fog. I like that.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. So it was like, I don't know if you can see that too well,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
her fog there, her fog gun there really affects the Murder City Devil. So kind of like makes his skin burn and all that good stuff. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's, yeah, so that's how we have it for issue four. Yeah. So
So you mentioned it's a 10 issue arc that you're currently thinking about. How does it feel to be almost at the midpoint of this thing?
feels great. Just that I've had these story ideas for, geez, I don't know, since the 90s, right?
Yeah.
So I finally just like it's the best, one of the best feelings is like if you're a creator yourself, like is like when you get your books, printed books back from
Hmm.
the printer, and then you can just like, I'll take a copy and just like sit back and read it, just as that, and just like, okay, great, I got done, on to the next one. So once I get yeah, issue 10 done, that'll be, I'm trying to looking around maybe 2026
Yeah.
maybe to get that done. So I got 5, 6 more issues to go. So yeah, it feels great. It's just like to get it done. I'm at the point now because I'm a bit older that it's like, okay, are we going to do this, or are we not going to do this? So let's do
Yeah.
it. And it gets done, right? So yeah.
Yeah. I had that conversation with a friend of mine, Adam. I co-host another podcast with him,
Yeah.
and we always talk about like, you know, if you're gonna do something, what's really keeping you from doing it? If
Oh,
that's what you want to do, if you want to create comics or any type of art or anything like that, or go for that
yeah.
job or
Oh,
ask that
that
person
yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah, one of the worst like, especially one of the worst feelings I find is regret, because is like the only thing stopping you was yourself.
Yeah.
Like in my 20s, I was such a perfectionist with my art. Like it was nuts. I'd be drawing stuff and like, oh no, that building in the background's like just not right. And then now me, like, I'm in my 40s, I'm just like, just cover it up with a word balloon. No one cares,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the, when I was in my 20s, almost my 30s, I was such a perfectionist that I got nothing done. I got a few things done, but not nearly it. Like now that I'm older, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
We don't. It's like we gotta get this going. So yeah. So I mean that is the good feeling, and just to have it see it concrete, and if it so I think like our last conversation we had was like the thing about art is that if it doesn't catch on right away, it's still there for all time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So maybe in a couple of years, someone will really enjoy this, or you never know, right? So
Yeah.
it's always
Yeah.
like there.
Now, have you connected with some folks? Have you shared this at conventions and shared it in spaces and gotten to sort of see that reader reaction as people have connected with the
Yeah,
characters
yes,
and designs?
yeah. I have. I mean, I got of course, go to conventions, go to Instagram. I was with a publisher called Scattered Comics, based out of Sacramento. And then I went to went to conventions there and stuff, and had a bit of a more introduced more to an audience that I otherwise would not have had access to, right?
Hmm.
So at
Hmm.
the time I was like doing Lucha Mystery with that, and then I did some freelance stuff. Did again the Big Bang Comics, the anthology there by
Uh-huh.
Cosmic Lion Productions. So pick that up if you want. So I was doing a few things, and then Murder City Devil. Like I just wanted to. It basically came down to I just wanted to see if I could self-publish as well, and just sort of do things on my own, which is fine because I call the shots. I don't have any real deadlines unless that kind of thing. But yeah, like and also I just started like a Murder City Devil Facebook fan page finally. So we have that.
Nice.
And I got my website as well. Was it cyclonecomicsstudios.com. So yeah, I'm trying to again as much as it connect it as much as humanly possible, physically possible that I'm able to. Uh, you know, but yeah, so far so good. Hopefully, it'll just keep the momentum going. So
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
yeah,
As you're plotting this arc, of course, I'm a process person. Anybody
yeah,
that's watched the show probably picks up on that. I'm curious about the way that you kind of conceptualize the next five issues. Do you have like the end and you know you're going to get there? Do you have
yeah.
like the boxes filled in?
Yeah, how I do it is because also I'm artist, so I mean I can sort of forego these proper scripting, kind of things. So I just do like point notes. So
Mm-hmm.
how I plot it out, how I do it is that how's it going to start? Or I have a couple of concepts or ideas, scenes in my mind. Okay, so let's put them in order. Okay, it's like I had one scene, for instance. And this actually really happened to me. Like I went to an abandoned home, and it was this old house actually in '96, and on the window, and it was by a cemetery, of course, right? And on the
Uh-huh.
window, it had all these like crucifix stickers on it. And I just thought it was like the weirdest thing, So I put that in the book. But I mean, okay, so it's like guy enters, and then my story was, he enters the funeral home, and it falls through the floorboards, and enters, goes into like a satanic shrine kind of thing, good stuff,
All the
there's stuff like
all the good
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then I had like a scene where okay, police are chasing the protagonist, as it were. They don't really see him just yet. So I basically string together a bunch of scenes, just write that down, and then I start like, okay, what kind of characters do I want? Like, say, well, I got to have like the intro book, right? So just sort of intro that. Eventually, I want to have them fight, the Mothman. So that in issue 3.
Nice.
So it's like, okay, well, how the hell does he get from the city into like a cemetery that's out of town? So I have to figure, do that. And I plot it out, and I have it. Let's see, I'm not showing any spoilers here. So you have like Spring Heel Jack and Mothman like beating the crap out of each other in the cemetery. Good,
Yeah.
good comics. And so I have that, and then eventually, and I got to make sure I don't give away the ending of the series, but I have the ending in mind and how it's going to happen and how all these other characters, all play into it. So I do actually do like a timeline of each character and like, okay, this person's
Oh,
going to be here,
cool.
this person's going to be here. And then when I do like an actual book, I'll just I have like already like a template of grid set up, for pages. So I'll just really do really rough thumbnails and like, okay, and they're all just write down like, this is the page where the fight scene happens. This is the page where they fool around with the Ouija board. This is the, like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then just make, and a lot of times I'll switch it around or just, make sure pacing is good, makes sense. I'll write out like a rough script or dialogue, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and then so eventually it's just like sort of just layering. So I'll just have like the rough idea and then put on, okay, string it together. Does this make sense? Get a friend of mine to check it over, read it, actually two friends of mine to, does this make sense? Sometimes they'll come back like, okay, why is this character doing this and why is this character doing that? But usually, more often than not, all the questions are already answered. Um, and then eventually, like I'll just if I have the rough plot and dialogue, then I'll just draw it on the on the bristle board, like with a pencil, and
Hmm.
then just start doing the art, and then I'll also be doing the lettering because that's done on computer, and get the dialogue and make sure it fits. And usually by the end, when I'm ready to go to print, I'll usually switch over the dialogue because I'll have like a better line to use or something like that, or oh this sounds better, or this and then eventually I just get like a book done, and then it's like okay that next, and
Hmm.
then I mean, but I already have like all 10 issues like plotted out, you know what I mean? Like in various, whether it be just like point form jotted down, or I have it actually um, drawn out in like thumbnail form. So
Nice.
it's, but yeah, I do have like, I actually conceptualize how to get from point A to point B. And I always ask myself, why? Why is this character doing this? Why is this responding? Why is anyone going to care about this?
Hmm.
To
Hmm.
make it kind of interesting. So that's how I work. Um, but again, it's just me doing the writing and drawing. So, I can sort of forego a lot of things. So.
Now, also, I love that you have this like urban legend sort of undercurrent to the thing of we have Spring Hill Jack, we have the Gasser, we have Mothman.
Mhm.
So, love the way like mythology and urban myths kind of work into the story too.
Oh yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I always thought that was just I was always like I said when I was a kid, kind of interested in the story of Spring Hill Jack. And like, this is crazy. And I did like some comics in the '90s, like just little mini comics. And Spring Hill Jack, I wanted to have a villain, but eventually I was like, now let's make him like the hero, because then people are like, oh, he's terrifying, but he just saved me, but he's terrifying.
Hmm.
Um, and just I've just been interested in like unsolved mysteries, like the TV show.
Yeah.
Uh, true crime. Although I'm not celebrating true crime, but I am. A lot of these stories are just too crazy. You know what I mean? Like they're just like it's like this can't possibly be real, but here we are, right? I
Yeah.
even I don't know if you remember the Max Headroom incident of 1987 from Chicago.
I
I
don't.
don't know. Okay, well, okay, I'll send you the link later. Anyways, he's in the book too.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
So I have it that every uh, in history, most or every or most costume criminal that's appeared is going to be the criminals in the book because it just writes itself. So
Hmm.
next issue for issue 5, I have them. I have Murder City Devil up against infamous costume criminal. His name starts with a Z, so we can just go from there.
Hmm. Hmm. Got you, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's I just a lot of this stuff. So I just think like, okay, well, Mothman's kind of a mystery thing, or a thing. Spring Hill Jack. What happened if they, that'd be kind of neat if they fought, like that kind of like a Frankenstein Wolfman kind of deal. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
You're speaking to me with classic monsters references now too, which I also appreciate.
back there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the Universal Monsters was the first. When I was I think I was like 5 years old, and we had like a school library, and I don't know if you remember kind of books. And
Can you say that again? You froze there for a
oh, I
second.
froze. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So backtrack. So when I was like around 5 years old, going to in kindergarten, elementary school, we had like school library, right? And they
Hmm.
had these monster books, and they were like black and orange, and they were like these hardcover books. They're called Crestwood.
I think I remember
Someone
that.
knows the Crestwood, whatever. Anyway, so it had like King Kong on it, had a Frankenstein, Dracula, a Wolfman, all that stuff, Godzilla. This stuff
Hmm.
was just amazing to me. So I'd like always take out these books and stuff. Although there was always someone always had the Frankenstein book out, which kind of pissed me off. But
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I'd always just and try and watch these movies, but I couldn't until like years later because they were kind of hard to come by because like the video store really didn't have Dracula from 1931. So you know, well, my video
Mhm.
store anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the mixture of influences that you've got working there, and uh, curious about you. You have this vision going forward.
Hmm.
You have Lucha Mystery. Are there
Hmm.
other worlds that you are looking to tap into and explore eventually?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, I have, so I got Mercy, Devil, Lucha Mystery, which I get, I promise everyone I will get issue 4 done because I got to finish the story arc because I like B movies and I like wrestling and I love Lucha Libre from from the 30s, 40s, 50s. If
Hmm.
you've ever seen like Santo movies or Blue Demon movies, they're just so nuts. Um, the other ones I was gonna do like a funny book, like a more cartoony kind of like Mad Magazine or something, but I don't know. Because I was influenced by Mad Magazine. I was like the first comics I actually read. Um, and then I might do like a 3-part like Ed Wood kind of movie or not movie, comic, sorry, of just some sort of I have this idea that I jotted down and I was like, okay, it's 3-part Ed Wood kind of thing, but maybe I don't know. We'll see where I am.
Yeah,
And stuff
yeah.
like that. I just want to get stuff first things first, get Mercy Devil done, get Lucha Mystery. I've written out 20 issues, but there's no way I don't think I'm going to get to. I might, but I don't know. So yeah,
May it be so. May it be so.
yeah,
May the
yeah, right,
creating continue. Yeah.
yeah.
If I'm a listener out there and I want to find out more, if I want to support your work, if I want to see
Hmm.
you at a convention or anything like that, any particular
Yeah,
places that I might go?
yeah. Foreseeable future for conventions. Next year, I'll be in the Winnipeg area convention called KeyCon, so I'll be there. And eventually, I'll probably be I mean a lot of times it's kind of like last minute, it'll be, get an invite from a friend and like, hey, you want to go to this convention? All right, that kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
But for now that the KeyCon is for sure a thing. And then you can go to cyclonecomicsstudios.com and that's PSYCLONE comics studios.com. And that's my website. And then you can always find me on, what is it, the Instagram, as it were.
Hmm. Hmm.
Cyclone Comic Studios. And what else we got? We got the Facebook. We got a Murder City Devil page, so check that out. And then I guess whatever new social medias are happening, maybe I'll
Yeah,
get on
yeah,
those eventually. So they're always changing, right? So
yeah.
yeah.
Blue Sky's the one that I hear more about now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and
yeah.
you know what? I got to get onto that. Was on the I don't know if anyone's on DeviantArt anymore. Jeez, that's like 20 years ago. And Kara, I was in a Kara app or whatever it was.
Yeah, Akira
Yeah,
came and was around for a minute. I hope it's still
yeah,
out there doing something. So, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I'll check it occasionally because I'll be like, oh yeah, right, I have an account on there. So but yeah, I'll check out Blue Sky eventually. But yeah, check out the Facebook Murder City Devil comic page. Not the
Yeah.
Murder City Devils, the band from the '90s, but the Murder City Devil
Yes.
comic. So yeah, and you can get this issue also right now at Global Comics. Actually, all 4 issues went digital. And I'll be getting like Murder City Devil one's on Indie Planet, and I'll be getting the other comics as well on there, as well as some other places. But I will let you know for sure. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Well, I can speak firsthand to the Instagram. I enjoy the updates there. And
Oh,
Evan, always glad to have you on here. Always glad to talk about the creating, and I'm glad that the process is unfolding and glad to have you back for a third talk anytime.
right on. Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Take care.